Here's the pathway that a consumer passes through in their decision making process. Step one: need recognition or problem awareness. Need recognition. If somebody doesn't recognize within themselves that they have a need or a problem, then your product or service is not going to sell. There's got to be a need recognition or a problem awareness. Some people, I hear often on Clubhouse, people talking about pain points. I prefer not to use pain points as a phrase, because I don't know, I'm very careful about the languaging I use, and that doesn't sound like much fun. And the more you're saying words like pain, like it's just not really the one. So need recognition or problem awareness, that's step one. So the consumer must have a recognition of that they need something. The next step in the decision making process is information search. So they figured out that they need a thing. Now their brain, their automatic brain, unconsciously and or consciously, they'll go on an information search. This is where they go on the internet. They go in Google, or they'll go on AI, or they'll go on your website, or they'll read your bio, or they'll go on your Instagram. They'll go wherever they need to go to try and find information, because they need to close that gap. They've got this need. They need to go and find information that's going to help them to feel some sense of completeness. Stage 3 in the consumer buying process: evaluation of alternatives. Evaluation of alternatives. So after they've done an information search, they will make a decision about you, about to what extent they think that you have got something that's worth having, and anything else that comes into their mind, or anything else that they come across that is competitive. So somebody might read your website and you're a coach, just for example. They might read your website and you're a coach, and they see that whatever you got on your website is great, and then they might then think, oh, but I could also go with the other coach that I read about yesterday, or when I was in Clubhouse there was a different coach. And they'll evaluate based on what's available to them. They'll evaluate the alternatives. Evaluation of alternatives. Something as simple as me going to the shop to buy a soda drink. I might go to the shop and be thinking, I'll look at all the options. I'll be like, hold on, I know I came here to buy a Coca-Cola, but they have a Sprite, they've got Dr. Pepper. Do you know what? I'm going to go with Coca-Cola. And then I'll buy Coca-Cola. Little does the consumer know, Coca-Cola owns every single one of the drinks, so they profit from you either way. So it's all part of the fun. So evaluation of alternatives. That's why you got to make sure your languaging is on point and everything's on point to make it that when they are evaluating the alternatives, they're more likely to choose yours, right? The next stage after evaluation of alternatives, the next stage, if they've decided that your product is the one they're going to go for, purchase. So buy the thing, pull out the credit card, pull out the cash, whatever, enter the PayPal details, purchase. The next stage after that in this model of a consumer buying process is post-purchase evaluation of alternatives. This is something that a lot of people don't consider. So somebody's bought something from you. After they bought something from you, they evaluate. After they bought the thing, they still evaluate all of the other options and all the other alternatives that could have been potentially available to them. Has anyone in this room ever bought something, and then after you've bought something, you've seen something somewhere, alternative somewhere, and you thought, oh man, maybe I should have gone for that instead? Has that ever happened to anyone in the room? It's happened to me loads of times.